Proclamation from the office of Mayor Michael D. Quill. Whereas Harriet Tubman was born into slavery as Aramita Ross in Bucktown near Cambridge, Maryland in 1822. And whereas Harriet escaped from slavery in 1849 to eventually settle in Philadelphia, where she was introduced to William Still, the station master of the Underground Railroad, and began her mission as one of their conductors. And whereas Harriet Tubman became known as the Moses of her people after making many trips leading several slaves to freedom in Canada along the Underground Railroad. And whereas following her escape from slavery, she joined with the Union Army and served as a nurse, scout, cook, and spy in the Civil War. And whereas following the war, she met Secretary William H. Seward and his wife Frances here in Auburn, through whom she contracted 7 acres of land on South Street to build a home for herself and other family members. And whereas in 1896, she purchased an additional 25 adjoining acres to her home, including a frame house that would become known as her home for the aged, to expand her charitable work providing for poor, sick, and elderly, formerly enslaved people. And whereas over the 50 years that she lived in Auburn, she took everything she earned and gave it back in service to others, and she fought for racial and gender equality with civil rights and suffrage activism. And whereas on the 10th day of March 1913, Harriet Tubman departed for eternal life and was laid to rest with full military honors at Fort Hill Cemetery here in Auburn, New York. And whereas today her home and property in Auburn are part of the Harriet Tubman National Historical Park, and whereas in the year 2022, the city of Auburn is proud to be celebrating the 200th anniversary of Harriet Tubman's birth with a year of events and activities. And whereas this bicentennial presents the unique opportunity to shine a light on the famed abolitionist, Civil War spy, suffragist, and humanitarian's inspirational life and legacy in the place she chose to call home. And whereas to kick off the Harriet Tubman Bicentennial, the city of Auburn is pleased to have welcomed Vanessa Garrison of Girl Trek for their global walk and celebration to honor Harriet Tubman, a celebration that took participants from all over the globe, from the Ashanti Kingdom in West Africa to Auburn, New York. And whereas Harriet Ross Tubman is an inspiration to many people, as her life's work fighting for freedom and equality makes her one of our nation's greatest historical figures, and it is therefore fitting that people everywhere pay tribute to this significant American champion of freedom. Now therefore be it resolved that Michael D. Quill, Mayor of the City of Auburn, on behalf of the members of council and citizens of Auburn, hereby proclaims the 10th day of March 2022 as Harriet Tubman Day, and be it further resolved that the year 2022, known as the 200th anniversary of Harriet Tubman's birth, be designated as Harriet Tubman Bicentennial Year here in the City of Auburn.
Thank you. With us this evening, we have Pauline Copes Johnson, direct descendant, and one of her daughters. So, Pauline.
You. Aunt Harriet was a shining example of courage. Her legacy was to keep going if you want to taste freedom. She is the first woman of the United States to lead a group of soldiers into battle, and I am very proud of her. But she established a home for the aged in which she cared for others, but she endured abuse her whole life. But all the things she managed to take care of the home for the aged was due to the Lord. She depended on Him, and she would pray before she left the North, and She would pray when she got to the South, and she would pray coming back. Without her, we would still be slaves. She was the woman who helped change the outcome of these United States. And I am very proud of her, and I thank you. I accept this a proclamation in her name. Thank you.